Hello everyone. So I got back from work. I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep because I work early in the morning. I just wanted to quickly update you guys. So I talked about like my TBR. This was one of them. And also my audiobook, Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. I am now 48% into the audiobook. Honestly, it's really good. Right now it's giving 4 stars. I I realized that I didn't really do that great of a synopsis. See that? It's holding. Thank you for demonstrating, Loaf. Thank you. Alright. Great. Thank you. I unfortunately taught him to do that. I don't know why. That was one of the first things that I did when they adopted him. I thought it would be cute. I didn't even think much of it. I was just like, look. And now it haunts me. I wake up at night and I hear that and I'm like, I can't even say anything because I'm the one that did this. So if you hear that noise, it's my cat being a menace. Or, you know, showing me that he learned what I taught him and he's exercising that. Yeah. I think I look kind of tired. Anyways, I don't think I explained that much about each book, and that's mostly because I went into them kind of blind, just like a general idea. For A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, I picked it mostly because it was an audiobook that was available and I love T. Kingfisher, and I just needed something kind of simple, kind of cozy. And honestly, that's what it's giving. It's about this 14-year-old girl. She is a baker. She does like magic, like magickas. And she only has a specific power where she can make dough rise. And if it's, well, because she is a baker, she also can do a little bit of icing magic, like icing a cake or something. And being able to bring little gingerbreads to life. She gets caught up into this murder. Like, she finds like a dead body in her kitchen one morning and then she reports it, and then she gets stuck in this like political issue where they want to frame her for the murder. Like, the government wants to frame her for the murder and kind of like spinning it off as like a magicka did this, magickas are bad. They want to like, it gets kind of political and it gets kind of like serious, and I'm just like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted to distract myself from. It does it in a way where I'm like, oh, this kind of hurts, but since it's in like a magical kind of like fun silly world, it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm at the part right now where she's going on this like huge adventure where she's trying to like prove her innocence and trying to kind of like, I don't know if overthrowing her government is the right word. The government that she's living in is trying to warp the public's vision or view on magickas and like wizards and stuff, saying that like they're all bad. They're trying to like take their babies, like magicka babies, away. And there's a lot of things where I'm just like, ugh, it's a little too serious. It does it in a way where it makes me feel not so bad, because like I said, there's a lot of like humor in it. There's a lot of like comforting aspects to it, and the fact that it's in the lens of like a 14-year-old girl, so some things they feel very dramatic and also not at the same time, if that makes sense for anyone else that's not in my brain. She's on this huge adventure to try to prove herself innocent and trying to prove that the government is like setting people up, like magickas up, because they want to like I said, essentially get rid of them and like document them to like track them, to essentially try to like get rid of them. Our main character, she goes to the queen, and she does it right now. I'm at the part where like it's kind of hard to like talk to like the queen, so her and her friend Spindle come up with this big plan to like sneak into the castle and to be able to talk to the queen to present her case, to say, hey, like, I'm innocent of these crimes that I'm being accused of. And also, the government is trying to get rid of magickas and potentially harm you as well. Spindle steals an apron for our main character. I forgot her name right now. He's like, just pretend to be one of like the workers there, one of like the bakers there. And so she goes into the kitchen. I think she gets too caught up in like the assignment, and she ends up being there for like a couple hours, like making bread and doing dishes, and Spindle's out here like waiting for her to like execute the plan. He's like, she went to go to the bathroom, and he was like, where were you? I was waiting for hours. And she's like, oh, sorry, I got caught up doing dishes. And he's like, the dishes? They end up having to climb through like the sewer and like the plumbing, and they come out of the queen's toilet covered in like, you know, waste. And then she's like, your majesty, these things are happening. They're gonna take away the magicka and they might hurt you. And her majesty is like about to use the bathroom, and you just see the queen just like holding her book. She about to go on the toilet, and you just see this 14-year-old girl and Spindle just like come out of the toilet and be like, your majesty, your majesty. It's funny in that way, I guess. I don't know, like they're like serious issues, could have been so much more serious, but the humor in it just, it works so well, where it's like it's comforting even though it's something that's kind of like, for lack of a better word, like triggering, like very close to home right now. And it does it in a way that's very comforting, and there's a lot of humor that's like worked in really well. And yeah, it's really good. I'm 48% into the audiobook of that one, and then I started the book that I was holding in the beginning of this clip, Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. This is a YA book. I figured that out. It is a YA book. It follows a 16-year-old girl. I forgot her name, give me a second. It's about the 16-year-old girl, Lucy, and how she works at her mother's local coffee shop called Cup of Joe, which is such a cute name. And there's this new boy in town, and she finds out that he's actually her rival because there is like a local chain coffee shop that's opening up right next to the Cup of Joe, and his family actually owns the coffee shop called Java Junction. Do you guys remember? No, I'm thinking about Bejeweled. I don't know if you guys remember like the flip phones or like the Razor phones, and how there was a game on there called Bejeweled. There's also this other game. It was like you have to save the princess. I think that one was like a lot more detailed. I don't know why. I think that game was free. Probably not. I don't know. Java Junction and Bejeweled. I don't know. Anyways, I'm on page 40 right now. Very YA. Super duper YA. I think some parts are kind of, it could be cringy, but because like I'm okay with YA a lot of the times, honestly. I do like YA, and especially since right now I want something that's kind of like not too intense, I guess. I'm okay with some of the cringy stuff. Low-key, like kind of Disney high school vibes. Sorry, I keep like moving around. Lucy, she has like hella beef with pumpkin spice lattes. She got hella beef with pumpkin spice lattes. She keeps saying like pumpkin spice isn't good and it's artificial. There's not even real pumpkin in it. Like, she's so against pumpkin spice lattes, but her mom is very like, her mom seems really cool too. Like, she just seems very sweet, like super chill. She's so patient with her daughter when she's like, okay, you don't like pumpkin spice lattes, we won't have it on the menu. But since there's competition now with Java Junction, a lot of people keep asking for pumpkin spice lattes, and when they say we don't have it, they're like, oh, Java Junction does. We'll just wait until they open, because they're not open yet in where I'm at in the book. We'll just wait until they open so that we can have our pumpkin spice lattes. And it's like, the town that she lives in New England is like super autumnal. Like, they're supposedly, from what I got in the book, they're like known for their like amazing beautiful falls, like the autumn time. It makes sense. Like, you think of pumpkin spice, you think of spooky season, you think of autumn. So I can understand that. And since they're worried about Cup of Joe, like their coffee shop, not doing one because of the competition of Java Junction being right next to them, which honestly, I would be salty too. Like, why would you do that? Couldn't have like gone a few streets down or something? Like, literally right next to the Cup of Joe is crazy. It's kind of like when there's like two gas stations across the street from each other. But whatever. Anyways, I don't really mind the, sorry, I'm like I don't really mind the cringe right now because I feel like this is what I need. I feel like this is what I need right now. I feel like I'm a horror person right now. Is like peak horror time, and I just want something like simple, I guess. I think I've been gravitating towards more like horror movies and more chill books. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I will update you guys when I can. I'm getting a little anxious about my timeline here, my reading timeline. I want to squeeze in as many books as possible before the end of October, but I don't know how that's going. All right, I'll keep y'all updated. I don't know why I'm waving like that, but all right, say bye, Loaf. Yeah, man. Okay. Okay. All right, bye. So I'm actually 93% into the audiobook of A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. And since my last update, I think it was when they were in like the actual toilet of the queen's castle to warn her that there was like this evil man who was trying to like overthrow her and to like take control of the magicas and like register them, essentially like either eliminate them or control them. Well, since then a lot has happened, and essentially there's a whole like war going on now to defend like the magicas versus the people that don't want the magicas, and they're actually like in war now. And I mentioned before that certain magicas usually have just like one certain power, like a very specific power. And then there's also like wizards. They control like the elements like water, air, fire. And they're like a lot stronger than magicas. Our main character, Mona, that's a 14-year-old girl that we follow. It's like a baker. Her power is like controlling bread dough, like making it rise, and like sometimes some icing. She's at a point where she has learned how to actually control different aspects of the dough. So she manifests things that she wants like the dough to do, if that makes sense. Like she in the past has made like little gingerbread men come to life, and so she has figured out how to make like these gingerbread, I guess, armies, giant gingerbread men, like only 7 of them, because that's all they had time to do because they were in a rush, rolling up to like the front lines of this war and wreaking havoc on the people that are trying to like, you know, kill them. And I don't know, I thought it was so funny because I just thought of, I don't know if you guys have ever watched, I think it's Shrek 2. The gingerbread man has like a really big, it was like this giant gingerbread, and like the gingerbread would like attack the town or whatever it was. So in my head I'm just imagining a bunch of those different gingerbread men just like wreaking havoc on like the front lines, and all these like grown men like soldiers out here just like looking at the gingerbread men like, oh my god. I'm 93% in, I'm almost done. There is a part right now where she's trying to like, one of her gingerbread men gets an injury or something, and she's like, I can fix it, I can fix like his leg, but I would have to like go up to him and like I have to like touch the gingerbread man. It sounds so weird. Hold his leg or something in order for me to like fix it, to like heal him, I guess. And there's like an opening for her to go. One of the queen's like loyal soldiers goes and like helps and like covers her because she doesn't really know anything about fighting. She just knows about like bakery stuff. Helps heal the gingerbread man. And then the main evil guy, the one that's like running the whole like war, he's called like the Green Man. The Green Bean Man. It's literally like some weird name like that, like Green Bean or the Green Man. He like actually stabs her. He stabs our main character Mona. He actually stabs her, which is crazy. And she's like accepting her death. She's like, well, I got this far, I guess. We're at a point right now where she's like, oh, I should be seeing my life flash before my eyes. I'm accepting the fact that I'm gonna die, and instead I'm focusing on something in between it. Like, there's something in between this man's teeth. Like, he's smiling like this like creepy smile, and instead of me being like, no, I'm gonna die, I'm out here looking at like this like green thing that's stuck in between his teeth. Like, he's like telling like his villain origin story, and when he's done, she's just like, I'm sorry, you have something in your teeth. Like, she's like about to die, and she's like, I'm so sorry, but you got something in your teeth and it's really bothering me. And he was just like, what? And that was enough time to like distract him, so like one of the other soldiers could like take him out, and she was able to like get away. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm like, that is so, like, I'm sorry, like the way that T. Kingfisher is writing all of this is just so good. This is like my type of humor, and this is my type of like comfort, and like I just, it's so fun. I'm having a really good time. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm at 93%. I'm just and by the way, I have not touched the pumpkin spice and everything nice book, and it's almost the 28th. Right now it's Monday. It's gonna be Tuesday, and then Halloween is, what is it, Friday? I got like 3 days left to read. I should probably go to sleep. Bye bye for now. Hello everyone. So I just finished a Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, and I gave it 4 stars. It was really cute. At the end she says, you know, I never wanted to be a hero, and the guy who like knights her says heroes rarely ever do. And she also mentioned how, you know, like she saved the world with Spindle, and her and Spindle are like 14 years old. She mentioned it before in the book too, where she was like, this isn't fair. I feel very angry because why do I have to go into battle? Why am I the one that became a hero and that saved our city when I'm just a 14-year-old girl? Like, I shouldn't be up to teenagers in order to like save our city. It should be the Duchess. And then she goes, well, the Duchess inherited this position. She's probably as capable of being a Duchess as Mona is inheriting the bakery. Like, but even then I feel like I'm more prepared to inherit the bakery. I just finished listening to the audiobook. I did go to work today, and I did have therapy as well, so I am a little tired. I did get something to, I'm currently eating. I am eating some Chipotle bowl, because I was too lazy to make anything. And I did play a little bit of Club Penguin. Ta-ta.
He's starving. Poor guy. It's coming! Don't die! Oh. This is supposed to spell?
Probably.
I guess it is supposed to spell. I know, I'm paying attention. That's fat. Go to your body's cheese castle.
Baby, I was...
Hi, how are you?
Hi guys, so I am now on page 108 of Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. This is, I kind of went into this blind at first. I just kind of thought it was like a fall romance. This is about our main character, Lucy. She is in high school. She also works for her mom's local coffee shop called Cup of Joe, which is really cute, and she bakes all of the pastries. Well, her and her mom pretty much run the coffee shop. Lucy's really into baking and experimenting with different like pastries and things like that. It turns out that there's this cute new guy that had just moved in to the neighborhood. His name is Jack, and she's like super like into him, like, oh, he's so cute and he's in my class, like, he's pretty popular. And then another like chain coffee shop is about to open up next to Cup of Joe, next to her mom's coffee shop, and she realizes that it's actually Jack's parents that owns that Java Junction. That's what it's called. The coffee shop is called Java Junction, which is also kind of cute. I don't know. So she's like, well, now Jack is my enemy. And so far it's like, I like it, but it's very like YA, like middle grade teenage girl type of vibe. There's a part where our main character Lucy is working at the coffee shop and she sees Jack come in and he's ordering, and that's how she finds out that his parents own Java Junction. And she's like, your parents own Java Junction? He's like, yeah. And he's here standing in line ordering something, and then she like throws a pie at him when he says that, like a whole pecan pie at his face. And instead of him getting mad or upset or sad, crying, like nothing, he starts laughing because he thinks it's funny, which in a way I guess I can see that it was kind of funny, because it's like, you wouldn't expect that. Like, it's just kind of a random thing to do. But then she gets mad that he's laughing. And then she's like, you can't tell anyone about this. And he even tries to cover for her, being like, oh, like, haha, good job, like, practicing for our, like, play coming up or something. Because everyone in the cafe just, like, stopped what they were doing to look, because she threw this pie at his face. He's out here like even like making up stories so that like she doesn't look bad or whatever. The next day she's like all worried, like, oh, like they're gonna make fun of me or something because I threw pie at his face. And so she comes up to him, she was so mad at him. She was just like, you cannot tell anyone that I threw a pie at your face or else. And he's like, you have my word. She goes into school the next day and everyone's calling her pie face. So she gets even more mad, and she was like, oh, he told them he didn't keep his promise, he's a liar. And in my head I'm just like, you know, Jack is super nice, because if someone threw a pie in my face, I would be mad. And yeah, I would tell everybody, like, this bitch threw a fucking pie in my face. This girl threw a pie in my face. I would tell somebody. What is that? And then she's getting mad at him, which I generally, I'm on page 108 and there's like 200 something pages left. I really don't think he was the one that said anything. That's just my assumption. Honestly, I feel like maybe one of the classmates was there, because it's probable that one of her classmates was there when she threw the pie at him and then was like, oh, let me tell everybody what happened. So far, I do like it. However, I do like very YA type of books. So if you're someone that can only kind of stand YA, if you're more into like reading like more of like adult books and stuff, this might be really annoying for you. It might be frustrating. It's probably like too like juvenile. Me, I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the simplicity. I'm here for the vibes. Honestly, this is kind of giving like old Disney vibes, like old Disney Dilemma type of vibes, and I'm here for it. I really like it. I'm the person where I do enjoy reading children's books and middle grade books and stuff like that. And this is very much in the point of view of a teenage girl. Keep that in mind if you do want to read this book, but it's fun. And right now she is planning on making a pumpkin pie to submit for her town's annual fall festival contest. Every year they have like a baking contest at like the fall festival in her town. She wants to win because there's like a really big prize money for it if you do win, and she's really worried about her mom's coffee shop, and her mom is trying really hard not to stress out over the fact that Java Junction is taking over a lot of like the clientele, like her customers. Cup of Joe is starting to get slow because Java Junction is taking away a lot of their customers and they're, you know, losing money, which I think is sweet, but it's also kind of sad. I think it's interesting how she's like, I was thinking of making like an apple croissant thing, like this really cool like elaborate like pastry bakery item that sounded really good. And I was like, oh yes girl, do that sounds good, it sounds unique, it sounds yummy. And then she's like, no, I'm gonna do a classic pumpkin pie instead because I think that will win. And her friends are like, she told her friends this, and her friends are like, are you sure? The other pastry you're telling me about sounded a whole lot better, and I think that'll probably be better. You sure you want to do the pumpkin pie? Because it's very like basic. And Lucy is like, you mean classic? It's a classic. The last year winner made a classic apple pie and she won. Lucy doesn't really want to take any risks right now. She really just wants that money to win. Right now they are at the fall fest, like one of the days for the fall festival. I love the scenery of it, like the whole like vibes of it. It's very cute, it's very autumnal. Right now I'm at a part where she's at the like festival thing with like her friends, and there's like little bonfires that goes around. And she's like, Lucy's like, oh, let's like chill by the bonfire, that'd be fun. And then she sees Jack by the bonfire and she was like, actually, let's go somewhere else. I think a local band is playing. Let's go see them. Her friends seem really chill. Like, I don't know, they seem very cute and supportive. Like when stuff was going on with like the whole Java Junction and her finding out that the cute guy that she likes, Jack, is actually like her rival. Her friends are like, oh, like why don't you like bake something, because they know that always cheers her up. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I will update you guys later. What? Are you gonna throw up?
Oh no.
Oh, I got scared.
I'm
like, no, we're right in front of you.
You know, I look at the carousels in front of us and my eyes really hurt. That's how I know I'm old. Hey, that poo's not gonna look.
Nobody will watch it. It's not like it was on tape. It's not like it's going on TikTok.
Yeah, woo!
You can jump, you just can't jump over the line. There you go.
Woo!
There you go.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Still getting better. Point at it. Over the other side now. With the rim.
Ooh.
Come on, drop it in the middle of both of those shots. Come on, I'm trying to get away here. Thanks, guys.
Dang, I
35.
Oh, you gave me the same color ones as last time.
Switch it up.
Can I do a blue one?
Two blues. There you go.
Put that
That's
one
what you
on.
had after your last throw, the blues.
So I'm on page 108, and there's this one part where they're at the bonfire still at the little festival thing, and he like waves her down to, well, Jack waves her down to be like, oh, like, let's hang out. And he's like, she's already like condescending, where he's like, oh, hey guys. And she's like, Lucy's like, oh, I only respond to pie face. And then he kind of just like smiles to be like, oh, haha, it's probably just a joke. But then realizes it's not. And then he's like trying to talk to her about books, like To Kill a Mockingbird, because like when they first got introduced, that was what I think he thought that they could bond about, like reading and like classics and stuff. Like he's trying to have an actual like decent conversation with her and to try to bond with her, and she's out here like just like, fuck you. I don't know, I just thought that was like kind of funny. Okay, so Lucy has decided to not be mean to Jack anymore. They decided to try to not be rivals anymore, I guess. And Lucy's trying not to be so mean to Jack anymore, and Jack asked Lucy for baking lessons. So she agreed for only one baking lesson, and in return Jack is gonna help Cup of Joe's social media and to have a more like present social media presence. I just think it's kind of crazy because like they both agreed on this without Lucy telling her mom about it, because keep in mind, like, they're still teenagers, they're still in high school here. Being in the perspective, I'm like 27, so like in the perspective of, let's say if I was a mom and my kid is like already making these plans, and then they're just like, oh yeah, he's coming over and also he's taking over like our social media account, I would be like, oh, it'd be cool if I knew about that first. Her mom seems really cool. I like her mom and Lucy's mom in this. Get to know him, and you guys are getting along. You guys are gonna do like a whole baking lesson. Like, that's cool, that's nice. But then it's like taking over the social media account for the business. It's like, ooh, hold up. I need a little bit more of a warning. Like, she kind of had to like get it out of Lucy a little bit, because she was like texting while she was at work, and her mom was like, oh, who are you texting? And she was just like, oh, just a little business transaction. I'm just like, I was a mom, I'd be like, business transaction? Girl, you're in high school, what's going on? So Lucy and Jack are trying to come up with a good pumpkin spice latte recipe, so they're experimenting, and Jack puts a lot of clove in the latte, and when he tries it, he like spits it out right away because it tastes really bad. And then he like washes his mouth with like water from the sink, and then he rushes to the fridge to grab a piece of cheese, and he drinks some water. And I don't know why that was so funny, where it's like, my emergency cheese, my emotional support cheese. Like, when I don't expect, like, I think maybe like something sweet or something to like wash it down to like make it taste different, but like cheese is crazy to me. I don't know why. I just imagine this like kid running to the fridge just be like, my cheese. I don't know. Alright guys, I finally finished pumpkin spice and everything nice. It is November 6th. So it took me a little bit, but that's okay. It is honestly pretty fast to read. It's just the fact that I've been kind of busy. I did give it 3 stars, kind of like, I don't know if it was underwhelming. I think it was honestly what I expected it to be, kind of like a cheesy type of like lighthearted book. It very much gives Disney show vibes. I guess I'm gonna do spoilers here for the book, but, and it is also kind of obvious, but the rivalry between Jack and Lucy at the end gets sorted out. They kind of have a bit of like a crush, but in the book nothing ever truly happens. They have a few moments where they kind of like look at each other yearningly or whatever, but in the end they're just kind of like hanging out. It does end on Halloween night, and it seems really cute and cozy. For a while she was just trying to figure out the best pumpkin spice latte recipe, even though in the beginning she was such a hater about it. But she wanted to create the best pumpkin spice latte for her shop, because she thought that it would be good for her mom's coffee shop business, and especially with Java Junction being, sorry, that was my dog, Java Junction being so busy because of their pumpkin spice lattes. And so her and Jack creating the best pumpkin spice latte. And this influencer, Chrissy, this influencer, she comes by to like review. It's kind of like a Java Junction versus Cup of Joe pumpkin spice latte. It's like a whole thing, really great for like publicity for Cup of Joe. And she ends up winning. Cup of Joe ends up winning as the best pumpkin spice latte. A lot of like tourists, a lot of people come to visit the shop. And so Cup of Joe is no longer in danger of going out of business. At the very end, Lucy decides, since she's been working so hard on Cup of Joe and being worried about the financial aspect of it, of her mom's shop going down, she's like, okay, now it's time for me to be a teenager again, to not worry about all of these things. And her mom, who has been telling her since the very beginning that she wants her to do these things for fun, not because she feels like the worry, the financial aspects of it. And it ends on Halloween night where she's handing out candy to the kids. She's dressed as a pumpkin spice latte, or a pumpkin. Her mom is dressed up as a black cat, and Jack is dressed up as Pie Face, which is essentially the ongoing joke throughout the book that people call her Pie Face because she threw a pie at Jack. Whatever, my dog is drinking water right now, like super loud. Yeah, I thought it was cute. She goes with her friends at the end, walks off with her friends and with Jack, and it's cute, very lighthearted. I gave it 3 stars just because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like the most crazy thing I've ever read. I think it was something that I very much needed. It did kind of drag a little bit at the end, but I think it was also just because I wanted to finish it. All right. I feel like this was kind of like an underwhelming ending. I think it's just the fact that I've been kind of tired with work and life stuff. I've been trying to cram a lot of books in here. I do have more stuff coming up, don't you worry. I am planning on filming my November TBR really soon and doing most likely reading vlogs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know it took a little bit longer, but you know what? That's okay. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.